Namaste everyone, welcome to the class. Now here in this lecture I am going to discuss one paper, APJ Common Annual Examination 2018-19. Okay, so let us see what are the different questions and how to solve them. Section 1, it is of 1 mark, so very short type questions. The first question is, find the remainder when x cube minus 2x square plus x plus 1 is divided by x minus 1. So here x cube, we have given polynomial as x cube. So we can say that p of x is x cube minus 2x square plus x plus 1 minus 2x square plus x plus 1. Now this px is divided by px is equals to this, and qx is divided by x minus 1. X minus 1. So this is px, this is qx. Now qx equal to 0. This gives me x minus 1 is equals to 0. This gives me value of x is 1. Therefore, I will find p of 1. P of 1 is 1 cube minus 2 into 1 square plus 1 plus 1. So this is 1 plus 1 2, 2 minus 2 0 and 1. So our question is find the remainder when this is. So therefore finally I will say that therefore when x cube minus 2x square plus x plus 1 is divided by x minus 1, we get remainder is equals to 1. So this is our remainder theorem. Better you can mention that theorem here, like therefore by remainder theorem and now here no need to write therefore. Okay, so this is our first question. Now let us move to the next question, second question. In the figure below, find DBC. So in this figure you have to find DBC. Okay, so I can solve this problem here itself. Our angle ABE plus ABD plus DBC is equals to 180 degree. The reason you specify that angles in linear pair. So angles in linear pair, their addition is 180. So by that you will get 5x plus 7x plus 6x is equals to 180. Now 5x plus 6x plus 7x 180. This gives me 6 plus 5 11, 11 plus 7 18, 18x is equals to 180 degree, and this gives me x is equals to 180 degree divided by 18, that is 10 degree. So value of x is 10 degree. I have to find DBC. So angle DBC will be equal to DBC 6x is equals to 6 into 10 degree equal to 60 degree. So this is angle DBC. So this is second question. You have find angle DBC which is 60 degree. Write the coordinates of the point which is reflection of 3, 5 in y axis. Now reflection means as you stand in front of mirror, you find your reflection. Similarly, we can draw reflections in coordinate plane also. So write the coordinate of the point which is the reflection of 3, 5 in y axis. So here we will draw x axis and y axis. This is our y axis. We have to find reflection of 3, 5. So let us, the point is here. This is 3, 5. Now its reflection in y axis will be here. So here what do you get? That y coordinate is same, but x coordinate, its sign will change. So it will become minus 3, 5. So I will say that reflection of 3, 5 in y axis is minus 3, 5. So reflection of 3, 5 in y axis is minus 3, 5. Now state the Euclid's fifth postulate. Now Euclid's postulate, actually for 2021 this chapter is not there, it is excluded from your syllabus, but if you see your textbook, they have given Euclid's postulates, 5 postulates of Euclid's that you have to learn and remember, and you have to write the postulate as it is. Or they have given another question for this, that a die is thrown. Now this is from chapter probability. A die is thrown, what is the probability of getting a multiple of 3 on upper face? So probability of getting multiple of 3 on upper face. So when a die is thrown, our sample space will be, so here you can show what is your sample space. So in your sample space you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So number of sample space you can say is 6. You can define a event of getting A is, you can say that event of getting multiple of 3. So therefore A is multiple of 3, that is 3 and 6. This is A. So n of s, A is there, n of A if I get, it is 2. Therefore probability of A is n of A divided by n of s. Now n of A is 2, n of s is 6, so this is 1 upon 3. This is probability of A. A die is thrown, what is the probability of getting a multiple of 3 on upper face? So therefore I will say probability of getting a multiple of 3 on upper face is 1 upon 3. Or another question, in a cricket match, the probability of batsman hitting a boundary is 0.72. Find the probability that he didn't hit the boundary. So there are only 2 chances now, whether the batsman will hit the boundary or he will not hit the boundary. So probability of batsman hit boundary plus probability that batsman did not hit boundary is equals to 1. This is called total probability. Total probability never exceeds 1. So therefore probability of batsman hit the boundary is 0.72 plus probability that batsman did not hit boundary is equals to 1. Therefore probability that batsman did not hit boundary is equal to 1 minus 0.72. So this is equal to 0.28. This is the probability that batsman did not hit the boundary. The diameter of a sphere is equal to an edge of the cube. Find the ratio of their volume. Again, this is surface area and volume. The diameter of a sphere is equal to an edge of cube. Find the ratio of their volume. Now we have a sphere. So I will say that for a sphere, formula for volume is 4 by 3 pi r cube, and for cube the formula for volume, so here Vs means volume of a sphere, Vc means volume of cube, it is side cube. Okay, now what is given? It is given that diameter of a sphere is equal to edge of cube. That means diameter is what? 2 times radius of a sphere is equals to s. So in place of s I can write 2rs. Now what is asked? It is asked to find the ratio of their volumes, means volume of sphere upon volume of cube. So here I have to find volume of sphere divided by volume of cube. This is question mark. So volume of sphere divided by volume of cube, you will say volume of sphere is 4 upon 3 pi r cube divided by volume of cube is s cube. So this is 4 upon 3 pi r cube, and this side is 2 times r, so this is 2r the whole cube. Okay, so in place of this ds we will write d only, or d is 2 times of r. Now I will open the bracket. So this is 4 pi r cube divided by this 3 I can write down, into 2 cube is 8 and this is r cube. So this r cube and r cube will cancel. 4 1 the 4, 4 2 the 8. So finally I will get Vs upon Vc is equals to pi upon 3 to the 6. So Vs upon Vc is pi upon 6. This is our 6th question. So we have done all type 1 question. Okay, you can keep a watch on time also, that if you know your topic well, then how much time it take for each question. So 6 question in 13 minutes. So 1 question approximately 2 minutes you are giving. Fine. So that is fair enough. Okay, this is my thumb rule also, that for 1 mark question you should give 2 minute time. Okay, now short type answer, each question is of 2 mark. Now here you can see that we are solving objectives also, so otherwise we take a little less time. Now the perimeter of an isosceles triangle is 150. If its unequal sides is 70, find the area of triangle. So perimeter of an isosceles triangle. Now this is for 2 marks. Isosceles triangle, I will draw an isosceles triangle ABC. BC is given if, what is given? BC if unequal side is, hold my moment. If BC is 70, unequal side is 70, and then what is equal side? First we have to find that it is 70. So perimeter is given. Perimeter is 150. So P is 150. We can say given what is given, triangle ABC is isosceles triangle. Perimeter is 150, BC is 70 and AB equal to AC. What we have to find? We have to find area. Okay, so now to find area, I need all the three sides. So I have AB plus AC plus BC. This is equals to 150. Perimeter is equals to 150. Therefore, AB plus, in place of AC I will write AB only, plus in place of BC it is 70 is equals to 150. Here reason you can write perimeter. Here reason you can write AB is equals to AC. So in place of AC we have written AB. So therefore 2 times AB, we get 150 minus 70. This gives me 80. So therefore value of AB is equals to 80 divided by 2 is equals to 4040. So AB is equals to 40. So here your AB is 40, your AC is 40. Now semi-perimeter, I will say that semi-perimeter, now semi-perimeter we indicate by S, and this is sum of all three sides divided by 2. So AB plus AC plus BC whole divided by 2, or we can also say that perimeter divided by 2. So perimeter we know it is 150 divided by 2, so we get 75. Therefore, by using Heron's formula, I will say that area is equals to square root of S semi-perimeter. Is actually the formula is S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. You can write the formula and then its value. So this will become, this is equals to, the value of S we got is 75 into the three sides are 40, 40 and 70. So here I will say that 75 minus 70 into 75 minus 40 into 75 minus 40. So this is 75. Now this 75 can be written as 25 into 3. 75 minus 70 is 5. 75 minus 40 is 35, and this is also 35. So we have to find square root. Now square root of this 35 2 times it is there, so I will take 35 out. You know why we are taking out? Because we have to find square root of these whole terms. Square root of 25 is 5. Okay, this will also go out. Now inside bracket what is remaining? One is 3 and other is 5. So 3 5s are 15, and here it is 5 5s are 25, 5 3s are 15 plus 2 17. So this is 175 square root of 15. Now let us check what unit they have mentioned in the problem. Unit is also important. Meter is mentioned. So here your final area will be 175 root 15 square meter. So area is 175 root 15 square meter. Simple question. Okay. Now let us go to the next question. Prove that median of triangle divide it into two triangles of equal area. You have to prove that median of triangle divide it into two triangle of equal area. So if I am able to prove that median, okay, is dividing it into congruent triangle, then their areas will also be equal. So what is median? Prove that the median of triangle divide it into two triangles of equal area. Okay, so no, here we cannot prove them equal. What we can do here, let us take good question. I will take one triangle. So now their sides are different. It is A, B, C. Let us assume this whole length is A, this whole length is small b, and this whole length is small c. And draw AD as median. Let us take this point D. Okay. We have to prove that the area of ABD and the area of ADC both are equal. Now this distance from here to here, it is equal to A divided by 2, and here also it is A divided by 2. And this length let us take it as D. Okay. So we have to show that this AD is dividing into equal areas. Now if I take this part, I have C, D and A. If I take this part, I have B, D and A by 2. So it seems a little difficult by using Heron's formula. Okay, so instead of wasting time on this problem, we go for another problem. Okay, we will see this afterwards. Now, nice question. Okay, but at this point of time, we feel it is difficult. Maybe there is some simple way. Okay, let us see afterwards. Find the value of x if 5 power x minus 3 into 3 power 2x minus 8 is 225. So 5 power x minus 3, what is it? 5 power x minus 3 into 3 power 2x minus 8 is equals to 225. We have to find the value of x. What will be the value of x? Okay, so here I have 5 and 3. So better I will split this to 25, factorize it, so that I will get some 5 term and some 3 term. So for that, let us factorize this 2 to 5. Let us find prime factors. So with 5, if I start 5 4 the 20, now 25, 5 5 the 25, then again with 5 I can divide, 5 9 the, then with 3 it is 3 3 the, and this is 3 1 the. So what I can say that this 225 is equals to, so let us write here, this is equals to 5 square into 3 square. So 5 power x minus 3 into 3 power 2x minus 8 is 5 square into 3 square. So I will say that comparing on both sides, comparing on both the sides, we get x minus 3 is equals to 5, x minus 3, 5 power x minus 3, here 5 power 2, so x minus 3 is 2. This gives me the value of x is 2 plus 3, which is equals to 5. Also, if I compare 3 power, this 2x minus 8, this also I will get as 2. So 2x is 2 plus 8, 10. This gives me the value of x as 5. So I get the value of x as 5, right, by using the power of 5 as well as power of 3. Okay, so good question, simple question. 9th, 10th. A line L is the bisector of angle A. B is any point on line L, BP and BQ are perpendiculars from B to the arm of angle A, show that APB is congruent to ABQ. And second, B is equidistant from the arm of angle A. But before I solve this, I get an idea how to solve this 8th problem. So let us do first that 8th problem. Okay. So here I will create some space for this 8th problem. This is our 8th problem. Now here there is no need to use Heron's formula. So let us remove all these things. Yes, there is no need to mention all these things. Okay. What we need to do here is we have to draw a perpendicular from point A. So A, B, C, D is there, and let us take E point. So here if you write what is given, so given you can say that in triangle ABC, AD is median. And what you have to prove? So to prove, you will say that area we generally denote like AR. So area of ABD, or you can say that area of triangle ABD is equals to area of triangle ADC. This we have to prove. We have done a construction, so let us write what construction we have done. So we have drawn AE perpendicular to BC. AE perpendicular to BC. Now AE is perpendicular to BC. This is our construction, 90 degree. Okay. Now proof. And proof, I will say that this BD BD is equals to DC is equals to half of BC. Okay. Reason, since AD median. So median divides opposite side into equal parts. You can take this as equation 1. Maybe we will require it, so just write it. Now area of triangle ABD, area of triangle ABD is half into base, which is BD, into height, that is AE. This is area of triangle ABD. Similarly, area of triangle, let us mark this as equation 2. Area of triangle ADC is equals to half into, now here base is DC and height is AE. So this is acute angle triangle ABD and ADC is obtuse angle triangle. In obtuse angle triangle, you will find that your height is sometime out of your triangle. Okay. So AE is height of triangle for ADC also. Now this DC and this BD, they are equal. Okay. So I can write this as half of, I can write this as BD into AE. This I will say that from 1. So half of BD into AE, half of BD into AE is what? Area of triangle ABD. This is from 2. So you have proved that area of ADC is area of ABD. So therefore I can say that area of triangle ADC is equals to area of triangle ABD. Okay, hence I will say median divides a triangle in two equal areas. So from here, what lesson you learned, that why you are solving a problem, and if you stuck at some problem, you are not getting any clue, then you did not have to be there only. Okay, you can move forward and keep that problem in your mind, and maybe after 2-3 problem you recollect, okay, what you have to do, then again come to the problem and solve it. You can keep some space for the problem, or you can solve that problem at the end of paper. Okay, now next problem which we are seeing is 10th question. Line L is the bisector of angle A. Line L is the bisector of angle A. B is any point on L. B is a point on line L. BP and BQ are perpendicular from B. So line L is bisector of angle A. One by one we will do. So first I will draw some angle A. Let us say angle A. Okay, like this. Right. This is angle A, and I draw its bisector. Then line L is the bisector of angle A. B is any point on line L. BP equal to BQ, perpendicular from B to the arms of A. Okay, so arms of A. Now BP and BQ. So take a point B and draw BP as perpendicular 90 degree, and draw BQ another perpendicular 90 degree. Fine. And this is angle bisector, means this angle and this angle are equal. Show that APB and AQB congruent. So here let us write given. What is given? Angle PAB is equals to angle QAB. This line L is angle bisector, and BP is perpendicular to AP. Perpendicular means angle APB is equals to angle AQB is 90 degree. Perpendicular means it is 90 degree. This is given. And to prove, we have first part that we have to prove that area of triangle, triangle APB is congruent triangle AQB. We have to prove this first, and second, if you see second, B is equidistant from arm of angle A. B is equidistant from B is equidistant from the arms of angle A, from arm of angle A. That is, okay, that is what you have to prove, that this BP is equals to BQ. This we have to prove. Okay, given to prove. Now I think you can prove this yourself, simple. So in proof, we can say that in triangle APB, and triangle AQB, take triangle APB and AQB, and these two triangles, first of all we can say that this angle P is equals to angle Q is 90 degree. Okay, given. Second, you can see this AP AB, not AP. I will say that AB is equals to AB. Here we say that common. Now this is right angle, so we can say that common hypotenuse. Okay. And third, this 90 degree is given. Okay, this is common hypotenuse. Okay, one more thing is given. Angle PAB, angle PAB is equals to angle QAB is also given. This is angle bisector, no? So this is again given. Now first I thought ki maybe RHS criteria will be applicable, but here angle side criteria is applicable. So therefore I will say that therefore this triangle APB is congruent to triangle AQB, and here reason is angle side criteria. Now as these two triangles are congruent, therefore your PB or BP is equals to BQ, and for this we say that they are corresponding part of congruent triangle. CPCT, BP is equals to BQ, BP is equals to BQ. Okay, now let us go further. A part of monthly expenses of a family on milk is fixed, which is rupees 700, and the remaining varies with quantity of milk taken extra at the rate of 25 per liter. Taking quantity of milk required as X liter and total expenditure on milk as Y, write the linear expression representing the above information. So again let us read. A part of monthly expense of a family on milk is fixed, which is 700, and the remaining varies with the quantity of milk. So 700 is fixed. Now this is for expense. 700 expense is fixed, and there is some variable expense which is based on milk. So for 1 liter the cost is 25. Now quantity of milk we considered as X liter and total expenditure as Y. We have to write the linear expression. So here total expenditure is rupees Y, where fixed expenditure is rupees 700, quantity of milk is X liter, X liter, and cost of milk is rupees 25 per liter. Okay, let us confirm, rupees 25 per liter. So now this is fixed. So I have to first find the cost of milk or amount of milk. So I will say amount of milk. Therefore I will say amount of milk. Now amount of milk, I will multiply this 25 with this X. So it will be 25X. Now total expenditure is your fixed cost or fixed expenditure plus cost of milk or amount of milk So this total expenditure is y, fixed expenditure is 700 plus 25x. So therefore y is equals to, I write variable first, that is 25x plus 700 is required linear equation. Simple. Okay. Now they have an option. The taxi fare in a city is as follows. The taxi fare for the first kilometer, the fare is rupees 8, and for subsequent distance it is rupees 5 per kilometer. Taking the distance covered as x kilometer and total fare as y, write the linear equation for the information. Now for first kilometer the fare is rupees 8, and for subsequent distance it is 5 per kilometer. So taking distance covered as x kilometer, the total fare is y. So distance is x kilometer. So suppose here point A and here point B. Total distance is x. Now this total distance x I can divide as 1 kilometer. This is x kilometer, right? 1 kilometer, and this I will say that x minus 1 kilometer. Okay. Now here fare for 1 kilometer is fixed, which is rupees 8. This is rupees 8. Fare for x minus 1 kilometer, it is rupees 5 per kilometer, that is 5 into x minus 1 total. Okay. So fare for x minus 1 kilometer is 5 into x minus 1. Therefore total fare is equals to, for first kilometer it is rupees 8, and for rest it is 5 into x minus 1. So this gives you 8 plus 5x minus 5 is equals to 5x. 8 minus 5 is 3. So this is 5x plus 3. This is total fare. Now total fare is given. Okay, what is total fare is y. So total fare is rupees y. Therefore I will say that y is equals to, so therefore y is equals to 5x plus 3 is required linear equation. Yes. Okay. So we have done this problem. Now 12th problem is given that the mean of phi number is 27. If one of the number is excluded, the mean get reduced by 2. Determine the excluded number. Okay, the mean of phi number is 27. 12th problem. The mean of phi number is 27. If one number is excluded, the mean get reduced by 2. Okay. So here I will say that mean of 5 number is equals to 27. The mean of phi number is 27. So therefore, what is sum of phi number? Sum of phi number will become 5 into 27. If mean is 27, we know the formula for mean is x bar is equals to summation of x upon n. So my sum of 5 number will become 5 into 27, that is 5 7s are 35, 3, 5 2s are 10 plus 3, 13. So the sum of 5 number is 135. Mean of 5 number is 27, sum of 5 number is 135. Now I got sum of 5 number. Now they said that if we exclude one number, the mean get reduced by 2. So I will say let x is excluded. Let x is excluded. So x is excluded, therefore my sum will become 135 minus x. New mean is given 2 less than 27, that is 25. So therefore I will say that this 25 is equals to 135 minus x. Now divide by 4, because now I have only 4 numbers. So therefore 25 into 4 is equals to 135 minus x. So therefore I will bring this minus x on left, it will become x. Here it is 135 and this 25 for the 100 I will bring on right. So therefore I get x is equals to 135 minus 100 is 35. So the value of x is 35. So value of x I got 35. Determine the excluded number. So I will say that therefore excluded number, therefore excluded number is equals to 35. Okay. Now one more problem we see. The mean of 10 number is 55. If one number is included, their mean becomes 60. Find the included number. So in the next problem I will say let the included number is x. Now I will solve this little differently using symbols. So the mean of 10 number is 55. So x bar is given, n is given, x bar is n is 10, x bar is 55. When one number is included, new mean become 60. So here new x bar, it is given 60. Okay. Now I use the formula x bar as summation of x divided by n. So therefore summation of x will become n into x bar, which is 10 into 55, that is 550. Okay. Acha, let the included number be x. I am using x. So here let the included number in place of x, better we take as y. Included number is y. So new x bar is equals to this summation of x plus y divided by, in place of 10 I have 11. So therefore here I have 60 is equals to 550 plus y upon 11. So therefore I get 60 into 11 is equals to 550 plus y. Now 60 into 11 is 6 11s are 66. So this is 660. I will bring this 550 on left. So minus 550 is equals to y. So therefore this is 0. 6 minus 5 is 1. 1. 110 is y. therefore y is equals to 110. So therefore included number is equals to 110. Okay, again just to see, it is now 50 minute, okay, near about 1 hour. Section 1 and section 2 you have done, so 12 mark here and 6 mark here, 18 mark, 18, 20, so 40 minutes. So now you are exceeding the time, so that means for completing section C and D you have to be little fast. So I will stop my lecture here. Okay, I will make the solution in part by part. So this is our first part. I hope you understand all the questions. Okay, you understand how to manage time, how to if you have any problem at any point of time, at any problem you find difficulty, then how you should not waste time on that and go further. Yes, okay, thank you. I will see you in next class. In that we will solve section C type and section D type problems. Okay, thank you.